In the last session, we discussed about structures. So today we'll discuss about pointers. So pointer is a variable that holds the address of another variable. So we all know what is a variable, correct? So variable, if I declare int a is equal to 5. So a is a variable and a holds a value 5 and it's a variable, and this variable will be having some address. Okay, so all the variables will be stored in the memory location and they will be having some specific address. So a is a variable, okay, and this is the address, and this is a value that is stored in the variable a. Now coming to the pointers, so pointer is also a variable, but it holds the address of another variable. So pointer, if I create a pointer, okay, pointer, so pointer will be having the address of another variable. So what it will having? It will be having the address. Okay, so pointer will hold the address of another variable. So how to declare the pointer? So this is a syntax we'll be following for declaring the pointer. So pointer is a variable. They should be declared before they are used. So we have to, before making use of pointer, we have to declare the pointer. So this is a syntax we'll be following for declaring a pointer. Okay, first initially we are supposed to write the data type. Okay, and then asterisk star, and followed by that we are supposed to write the name of the pointer, okay, and a semicolon. So for example, we have few examples here. So this is a integer pointer. Okay, so I can write int. Okay, this is one more way of declaring the pointer. I can also write something like this. Okay, so this is also okay. So I can write int with the space star p, or I can write int star space p. So star can come immediately after the data type or preceding the variable pointer name. So this is one way, and this is another way of declaring the pointer. Okay, so here we are declaring the integer pointer. This is one more example showing the declaration of the float pointer. Next is initialization of pointer. Okay, so we know how to initialize variable. The same way, this is the initialization of pointers. So it is a process of assigning an address to the pointer variable. It's a process of assigning the address to the pointer variable. Okay, so this is how we will initialize a pointer. Okay, so this is the name of the pointer. So after declaring the pointer, okay, so before initialization we are also supposed to declare the pointer. Okay, so after declaring the pointer, so this is a syntax showing the initialization of the pointer. Write the pointer name equal to, okay, and this is how we make the assigning an address to the pointer variable. So this is address operator ampersand. Okay, so ampersand followed by variable name. Okay, so I'll make you this clear. Okay, so remember, ampersand always is used for address. Okay, star is used to fetch the value that is stored in the particular address. So these two things you have to remember. So this is address operator. Okay, so this is to fetch the value that is stored in a particular address. Okay, so star is called as a dereferencing operator, and this ampersand is called as a reference or address operator. So here we have an example. See, this is a variable int num. Okay, so this is our variable num. Okay, it will be having some address. Okay, I'll take the address is 1000. Okay, just an assumption, it is having an address 100,000. Okay, and this is the declaration of the pointer. So here I'm declaring a pointer p, and even this is a variable, pointer is also variable, so even that pointer also will be having the address. So I'll take the address 2000. Okay, just an assumption. Next, we are initializing the pointer variable. So this is a syntax. Okay, so how you are supposed to write? So initialization of the pointer, first you are write the pointer name equal to and ampersand followed by num. So now I want to make this pointer p to point to this num variable. I want to make this pointer to point to this num variable. So this is how I'll make the pointer initialization. So how I'm supposed to write? P equal to ampersand and which variable I want to point. Okay, so when I write this, P is equal to ampersand num. Okay, the address of num will be stored here. So what is ampersand num? Ampersand num is nothing but address of num. Okay, so ampersand always gives a address. Okay, that address will be stored where? In the variable, that is pointer variable p. So here I'm storing the address of num, that is 1000, in which variable? Pointer variable p. Okay, so next, so this is a pointer, p is a pointer. Okay, so when I write this initialization, the p will be pointing to this variable num. So p, that is p star, okay, asterisk p will be pointing to num. Okay, so this is how initialization. Okay, it's a very important concept. This is how we do the initialization of the pointer. Now pointer p will be pointing to num variable and p will be holding the address 1000. So the content of p will be what? The address of num. Okay. So here we have an example. See, example program to show the usage of a pointer. Okay. So here we have declared variable num. Okay, so this is the num variable. Okay, and we have initialized it with the value 50. Okay, so I'll take, it is having an address 1000. Okay, so not necessary that num will be having the address 1000. Okay, this is just an assumption that num is having the address 1000. Next, we have declaring the pointer. Okay, we are declaring the pointer p. So p is a pointer variable. So pointer variable will be having some address. So let me take the address as 5000. So it is having some address 5000. Okay. Next, we are initializing the pointer. P is equal to ampersand num. What is ampersand num? Ampersand num is nothing but the address of num will be stored in the variable p. So what is the address? So this is very important, initialization. We are making this pointer to point to this num. So what is the value? So p will be having the address of num and it will be pointing to the variable num. So this is our pointer. Okay, next. So suppose if I write printf statement, Okay, I write printf statement and I write something like this star p. So what it will be printing? If I write star p, okay, then star p will give you the address that is, sorry, it will give the value that is stored in this particular address. Okay, if I write star p, so very important, remember, if I write star p, so star p will give you the value that is stored in the address, particular address. Okay, so whatever the address that is that we are having inside the pointer, okay, what value is there in that particular address? What is the value that is there in that particular address? 1000. So what is the value we are having in this particular address? 50. Okay, if I write star p, so star p will give you the value that is stored in the particular address. What if I write just p? So if I write just p, then remember p will give you the value that is stored inside variable p. What is there inside p? 1000. So if I write p, it will give you the result 1000. Okay, so this is one example. So very important, always remember, if I write star p, star pointer variable, so pointer variable will give you the value that is stored in a particular address. So these are very important concept. Okay. So this is one more example. So program where one pointer points to more than one variable. So there is one pointer, but it is pointing to more than one variable. Okay, so we have three variable here. So initially we have initialized variable. There are three variable A, B, C, and these are the values. We have declared a pointer P. Okay. This will be having some address. So let me say these are the address. Okay, and this is a pointer, even this will be having some address. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm writing, initializing the pointer p is equal to ampersand p. So what is ampersand p? The address of a will be stored in the variable p. So this is initialization of the pointer. So what will happen? We are making initialization, we are nothing but we are making the pointer p to point to variable a. So what will be there inside? P, it is the address of a. Okay. Now I'm writing printf, the value of a is percentage d star p. So what it will give? What is the value? Star p will give you the value that is stored in this particular address. What is the value that is stored in this particular address? That is 30. Okay. Now after this we are making another initialization. P is equal to ampersand p. Now what we are doing? we are making P to point to variable B. Now what we are doing? Now we are making P to point to variable B. So this statement will store the address of B in pointer P. Okay. After that, we are running this printf statement asterisk P. So what this will give? The value that is stored in the address 110,002. So what is the value? It is 40. Okay. And after that, we are executing the third statement. Now here in the third statement, we are making P to point to variable C. So inside this, we are storing the value, the address of C, and it will be pointing to the variable C. Next, this statement, star of P. Okay, now P is pointing to which variable? C. Now what is the value that is stored in the particular address? It is 50. So our output will be 30, 40 and 50. So value of A is 30, value of B is 40 and value of C is 50. So this is how we are using a single pointer, okay, to point to three variables, okay, more than one variables. So I can use just one single pointer to point to number of variables. So this is what the output. Value of A is 30, value of B is 40 and value of C is 50. So the next one is write a program to exchange two numbers using pointers. Okay. So this program, okay, swapping of two numbers, okay, using pass by reference. Okay, if we have remember the previous module, we discussed two types of passing variable methods: pass by value and pass by reference. So here the same thing, okay, same program. Okay, this is how we are using the pointer concept to exchange the values of two variable. Okay, so here, so this program is nothing but it is passed by reference. Okay, here we are having two variable A and B, and it is having some address. Okay, then it is having some value 10, 20. Okay, so initially we are writing the value before exchange. So value before exchange is what? 10 and 20. Okay, and after that we are calling the function exchange. Okay, and we are passing not just variable, we are passing the address of variable A and B. The address of variable A will be stored in the pointer P, and the address of variable B will be stored in the pointer Q. Okay, since we are not just passing variable, we are passing the address of the variable, we need a special variable, that is pointer variable, to hold this address. Okay, so pointer is very important concept because it helps us to deal with the address of the variable, not just value. We can also manipulate, or we can interact with the address of the variable by using the pointer concept. Okay, so what we are doing, we are using two pointers, P, another pointer Q. Okay, so A will be held by the pointer, the address of A will be stored in P. Okay, so P is a pointer, okay, which is having the address of A. Q is a pointer which is having the address of B. is 2000. Okay, so now let's understand how we are exchanging the value of A and B. Okay, exchanging A should have 20 now, B should have 10. You have to exchange these two values by using the concept of pointers. We are declaring a temporary variable. This concept is very simple. Okay, we have already discussed. So temp, we are creating a temporary variable temp, and this also will be having some address. So let us assume it is having address 3000. Okay, now what we are doing, star of p. What star of p? Star of p is nothing but the value that is stored in address 1000. What is the value that is stored in address 1000? That is 10. So that 10 will be stored in the temporary variable temp. Okay, so what temp will be having? Star of p. So star of p will always give you the value that is stored in the particular address 1010. That will be stored in temp. Okay, next statement, next what we are supposed to do, we have to exchange, correct? This 20 should be stored in A, variable A. So how we are doing that? We are writing star of Q, okay, will be stored in star of P. Okay, so what is star of Q? Q is 2000. Q is 2000. Star of Q is nothing but value that is stored in 2000. So what is the value that is stored in 2000? 20. So that 20, okay, that 20, star of Q is nothing but it is 20. Okay, so that will be stored where? In star of P. What is star of P? Star of P is nothing but P is 2000. Star of P is, what is the value that is there in 1000? What is the value that is there in 1000? It is 10. So that 10 will be replaced with what? 20. Okay, so here that 20 will be placed where? In star of P. Star of P is here. So we are storing star of Q in star of P. So that 20 should be placed here. So how we are doing that? We are fetching the value that is there in address 2000, that is we'll get 20. That 20 we are placing here. So I cannot write just P, or I cannot write just A. Okay, so I cannot make use of variable A and B here. Okay, I have to make use just P and Q here, because P and Q are the local variables. They are the pointers. I cannot make use of A and B. A and B are the variable of main method. Okay. So here we are using the concept of pointers. So that 20 will be placed here. Okay. Next what I'm supposed to do? Next I have to get that 10, what is there in temp, that should be placed here. So how will I write here? So temp is having 10, that should be placed here. Correct. How I am supposed to write? Star Q. What is star Q? Star Q is nothing but the value that is stored in the address 2000. What is that value? 20. So that should be deleted. Okay, in that place you should store the value of temp. So how I'm writing that temp value 10 should be placed in star of Q. Okay, so I'll delete this and I'll write 10 here. Okay, so this statement, temp, whatever the value that is there, will be placed here. So this is how we are making just pointer concept. Okay, pointer concept to swap to numbers. Okay, we are using purely pointers here to swap to numbers. So I cannot write here P and Q. Okay, so P and Q is having the value 1000 and 2000. So if I want to get the value that is there in 1000 and 2000, I have to make use of star P and star Q. Okay, try to execute this program. Okay, after that, after executing this function, okay, the control will come to the next statement and it will print the value of A and B. Now what is the value of A and B? It is exchanged value, that is 20 and 10. So this is output. So next concept is pointer arithmetic. So pointer in C is address, which is a numeric value. Okay, so always remember the address is a numeric value. Okay, it is an unsigned number. Okay, the address of the address, whatever the pointer is holding, it is a numeric value, number value. Numeric is nothing but number value. Okay, you can perform arithmetic operation. So you can perform arithmetic operation on this address. So what are the arithmetic operations you can perform? I can perform plus plus, that is increment, decrement, addition, subtraction. This main four arithmetic operations we can perform on pointers. So you know what is a plus plus? What is a plus plus? It is nothing but a is equal to a plus 1. Correct? So that is increment operation. Correct? So that increment operation, decrement operation can also be performed on pointers. Okay, so we'll see the example. It will be clear when you understand the example. So this is increment operation. Okay, how the increment is done. Okay, so we'll see this example. It will be clear. Okay, I have a pointer. Okay, some pointer, it is pointing to some variable. Okay, so there's some pointing to some variable. Okay, and it is having some address 1000. Okay, its the pointer name is ptr. Okay, if suppose I write ptr plus plus, okay, I write in the next statement, I write ptr plus plus. So what will happen if I write ptr plus plus? Okay, so pointer is pointing to integer variable, so pointer is of type int. Okay, pointer is of type int, it is pointing to some integer variable. Okay, so ptr plus plus is nothing but ptr plus 1 into size of int. What is the size of int? The size of int is 2 or 4. It depends on the computer, okay, system. So we take that the size of int is 2. So 1 into 2 is 2. So 1000 plus 2. So next value, if I write ptr plus plus, okay, then the value that will be stored in ptr will be not 1000, it will be 1002. Okay, so let us take one more example. If I write ptr plus plus and the pointer is of type float, okay, so what will happen? So 1000, ptr is having the value 1000, and if I write ptr plus plus, okay, what will happen? The value that will be stored in ptr is ptr plus 1 into size of float. Why size of float? Because the pointer is of type float. What is the size of float? It is 4. Correct? So 1 plus ptr plus 1 into size of float will be, it will give you the result 1004. So what is the value that is stored in ptr? It is not 1000 now, it is 1004. Okay, same way, suppose if I take this, it is not float, it is a character. Okay, it is a character pointer. Okay, if this is a character pointer, then it will be 1 into size of character. What is the size of character? It is 1. Correct? Size of character is 1. So 1 into 1, it is 1. ptr plus 1, that is 1000 plus 1, it will give you 1001. Okay, it will give you 1001 if it is a character pointer. Okay, so this is how we'll increment the pointers. So here is an example. Okay, so this program, so when I executed this program, okay, so this is my pointer p, it is pointing to the variable a. Okay, it is pointing to the variable a. So A is having some address 1000. Okay, so with the value 10. Now P is having this address. Okay, so I executed this program. So this was the address it was having. So I'll just write the last three numbers. Okay, I'll not write this entire number. So this is the address of a P. Okay, so now P is equal to ampersand A. We are making P to point to variable A. When I write value of pointer P, so what P is having? Sorry. Okay, this address. Okay, this is the pointer address. Okay, so value of a pointer. So P is, so it is having some address. Okay, I'll not write the time being the address. Okay, I'll not write the address. So value of the pointer. So what is the P is having? Okay, the value of a pointer. So this address. Okay, so not this address. It is 348. Okay, so this is the address. Okay, so I'll not write entire. The A address was 352, so on 348. So I'll write 348 just. So this was the value that is stored in pointer 348. Okay, so value of a pointer. Okay, I have used percentage U. Okay, whenever we want to display address. Okay, when you want to display the address. Okay, you cannot write percentage D. Percentage D is used for integers, correct? So if I want to display address, we are supposed to write the percentage U. Percentage U is nothing but unsigned. We consider that address is a unsigned number, unsigned numeric value. Okay, it is a unsigned, signed and unsigned numbers. We have studied, right? This is a signed number plus 3 minus 3. It is a signed number. If I write simple number, it is a unsigned number. Okay, address is a unsigned number which is not having any sign, plus or minus sign. It is not having. Okay, so value of pointer. What is a pointer value? It is this one, correct? This is a pointer value. Okay, I will not write full 348. Okay, this is the value. And suppose if I write P plus plus, what is P plus plus? We have seen, right? P plus plus is equal to P plus 1 into size of a pointer. So size of pointer data type. What is a pointer data type? Float. So float size is 4. So what is the value? It is 348 plus 1 into 4. It is 4. So if I write plus for this, what is the answer I am getting? So what is the answer? It is 348. It will become 352. Correct? 352. Okay. So what is the value that will be stored here? It is not 348. It is 352. If I write P plus plus, okay, the value that will be stored in, if I execute the statement, the value that will be stored in P will get incremented and it will become 352. And now when I try to execute this statement, printf statement, and print the value of P, okay, what it will print? It will print 352. It will not print this previous value. It will print this value. Okay, again if I write P plus plus here, okay, suppose if I write again P plus plus here, okay, what will happen again? If I write again P plus plus, what will happen? This value will get incremented. So this value will become what? It will become P plus, what is P value? 352 plus size of float. 1 into size of float, it is 4. Correct? So it will become 3, 5, 6. Okay, so when after this, if I try to print the value of P, okay, it will print 356. Okay, something before this, some digits will be there. Okay, this digits will be there and it will display 356. Thus, this is how the increment operation works. So this is how we can move from one address to another address. Okay, so p plus plus. Okay, p plus plus will move from one address to another address. Previously, it was pointing to which address? 348. Correct. After that, when I did p plus plus, it was pointing to this address. After that, again, when I did p plus plus, it was pointing to address 356. So this is how we can make the pointer to point to different address. And fetch the value that is stored in that particular address. What is the value that is there in 352? What is the value that is there in 356? So you can fetch the value that is stored in different address. You can move the pointer to different address. Next is pointers and arrays. Pointers and arrays. This is also one of the important concept. Okay, how arrays and pointers are related. We can make use of pointer to access the array elements, to read the array elements, to print the array elements. Okay, so we can use the concept of pointers to interact with the arrays. So we have a simple example here. Okay. So I have declared a pointer with 5 elements. Okay, this is my array ARR. Array with 5 elements: 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, and we have already, when we discussed about arrays, we have already studied that array will be having the array variable will be having the base address of the array. So base address, this array elements will be having some base address, correct? Some they will be having some address. So this is what the example address I have got when I executed. Okay, I'll just write last 3 digits, 136. Okay, so since it is an integer pointer, integer, so array is declared, array is of type integer. Okay, each elements will be taking size of int. So size of int will take it is 2. Okay, size of int is 2. So the next address will be, each will be taking 2 bytes. Okay, 136 plus 2, 8. Okay, next 140, so on it continues. Okay, so each will be taking 2 bytes. Okay, since it is integer. Okay, so we want to, so array variable will be having this base address 136. We already studied that array will be having the base address. Okay, it will be having the base address of the array, the first address. Okay, base address is nothing but the address of the first element, that is 136. Okay, now we have to declare a pointer and we have to make the pointer to point this array. So this is how we are making the pointer to point to the array. How? We are declaring a pointer int star p is equal to ARR, array name. So we are declaring a pointer ptr, okay, and we are making it is equal to ARR. ARR is having the base address, correct, 136. Okay, now this is also will be having the base address. Okay, so this is how we make a pointer to point to the array. So this is very important. Remember, this is how we are making the pointer to point to the array. We are not writing ampersand ARR. Remember, we are not writing ampersand ARR. Okay, we are just simply writing the name of the array, because ARR is having the base address. So that is why we are writing int star p is equal to ARR. So there is one more way we can make the pointer to point to the base address. We can also write something like this: int star ptr, okay, is equal to ampersand ARR of 0. This is also okay. We can also write it something like this also. So what is this ampersand ARR? It is ARR of 0 is nothing but the first element, correct? Index 0. So first element, ampersand of ARR 0, that is address of ARR 0, that is this address 136 will be stored in the pointer variable PTR. This is also okay. I can write it something like this. Okay. Now we are printing, so we have certain printf statement. Let's see what will be the output of this printf statement. We are trying to print PTR. What is PTR is having? PTR is having the address, correct? So what is that it will be printing? So it will printing this address. Okay, 136. So since we are printing the address, we are supposed to write percentage U. Ampersand of ARR of 0. What is ampersand of ARR 0? ARR of 0 is what? ARR of 0 is, this is our 0th index. Okay. ARR of 0 is 1. Ampersand of ARR of 0 is what? Address of ARR 0. What is address of ARR 0? It is the first element address, that is this. So it is going to print the first element of address. That is why we are using percentage U. What is star P? Star P is nothing but the value that is stored in this address. What is the value that is stored in this address? It is 1, correct? So we are printing 1. So since we are printing the value, we are supposed to write percentage D. It is an integer value. Next, what is ARR of 0? ARR of 0 is array's 0th index. What is the value? That is 1. So this is what the output. Okay. One more example, we are printing the array elements, okay, array elements with the help of a pointer. Okay, so we are declaring an array A. It will be, so this is my array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be having some base address 1000. So of type integer. So next will be 1002. Each will be taking 2 bytes, so on 1004, so on it continues. So this will be having some base address, that is base address of array. Array variable will be having the base address, to be pointing to this base address. Okay. So this is int star p a. We are making the pointer to point to the array, or you can also write something like this also. This is also okay. Okay. Now to print the array elements, we are using the for loop. Same concept. Okay. Same for loop. So we have already studied how to print the array elements using for loop, but here we are printing with the help of a pointer. Okay. Now we are using a pointer p. Okay. And pointer p, we are making it to point to the base address A. It is having the value 1000. Okay. This address will be 1004. This will be 1006. Yeah. 1008. Now I'll be using for loop. So for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, because this will be 0th element, first element, second element, third element, fourth element. So maximum, so starting with the 0, we'll be having 0 to 4 elements, correct? So less than 5 elements we are having in the array. So that is why we start with 0 and we write I is less than 5. Okay. So printf, we are printing star of p. What is star of p? The value that is stored in the address 1000. So what is the value? It is 1. Okay. Next we are doing p plus plus. What is p plus plus? P plus plus is equal to p plus 1 into size of int. What is size of int? It is 2. So what is p? P is having 1000. 1000 plus 1 into 2, that is 1002. Okay. So what we are doing here? we are making the pointer to point to the next element, that is 1002. Now what is the value of p? It is 1002. Next increment the value of I will become 1. Okay, star p, so value that is stored in star p, that is 1002, it will display 2, and it will increment the value of p plus plus. P plus plus is, remember we are not doing star p plus plus, we are just writing p plus plus, because p is a, p will give you the address, star p will give you the value that is stored in the particular address. Remember the syntax, it is p plus plus, not star p plus plus. Okay, so next if you are doing p plus plus, it will become from 1000 of 2 to, it will become 1004, so on it will continue, and it will print all the 5 elements. So more about arrays we'll discuss when we study the program, our lab program 14. Okay, so our lab program, in our lab program we'll discuss more about arrays and pointer relationship. So next is a pointer and character string, or simply I can call it as a pointer and string, the relationship between the pointer and string. So we'll understand this with an example. Okay. So we already studied about string, we know about pointers. Okay, now we'll be discussing a program how to copy from value from one string to another using pointers. Okay, so we have to copy the value from one string to another string using the pointer. Okay, we already studied about the string. Okay, so will be using two string, one is our source string, another one is destination string. Okay, str1 and str2. So I have to copy the content from str1 to str2. So let me take this is str1 string 1. Okay, so maximum I can store how many character? 100 characters in this string, including /n. So string we discussed, string is almost same as array, but it will be having a special character at the end, that is /0, null character at the end, indicating the end of the string. Okay, in str2 also I can store 100 characters, including /n, null character. Okay, so there are two strings, str1 and str2. Okay, we are using a pointer ptr. Okay, so we are using a ptr1. So ptr1, okay, so str1 is having, so this is how we are creating the pointer to the string, same as array. Okay, we are not writing ampersand str1, instead of just we are writing the, so array string is same as array, it is a array of characters. Okay, the pointer declaration of string is the same as array, character star ptr1 is equal to str1. Okay, so this ptr1 will be pointing to the base address. Okay, let us assume that it is having some base address 1000. Okay, so this ptr1 is pointing to this base address 1000. Same way we are declaring another pointer ptr2. Okay, ptr2. Okay, it is pointing to the base address of str2. Let us assume that it is having some base address 2000. Okay, so this is how we create the pointer to the string. Okay, enter the string. Now we are entering the string. So let us assume we are entering the string Raj. Okay, R A J, it will be stored like this. Okay, and it will be terminated with a special character, that is null. So like this, how many characters you can store? 100 characters you can store. Okay, so space we have declared 100 characters. Okay, but we have used only this 4 space. Okay, so 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So these are 2 pointers. Now I have to copy this Raj to this string 2. Okay. So I am having the pointer which is pointing to the first element address, correct? I have to increment this address till where? Till j, correct? So I have to increment this pointer till address. So this is having some, so since it is a character pointer, okay, so this is a character, string is a character, each element will be taking 1 byte, character will be taking 1 byte. So this will be 1001, this is 1002, so on it will continue. Okay, same way here it will be 2000, 2001, 2002, it will continue. Okay, it will be having 2001, 2002, so on it will continue. Each character is taking only 1 byte. Okay. So how we have to copy? So we have to increment our pointer from 1000 to 1002. From here to here, I have to increment my pointer. Okay, same way when I'm copying, my pointer PTR is pointing to this. Okay, 2000. After copying R, I have to increment that pointer to 1 to copy to A, correct? After that, I have to increment my pointer to 2 to copy J. So on it will continue. Okay, so for that, I can make use of any one of the loop. I can make use of while or do while or for loop. So here we have taken the while loop. Okay, so till where I have to copy? Till this PTR reaches, okay, till it reaches, it is, so till j I should copy. When it reaches /0, I should not copy, correct? I have to copy only R, A and J. I should not copy /0. So what I am writing? So till star of PTR1 is not equal to null. Till it is not equal to null. Okay, till it is not equal to null. Before that, whatever I have characters that I have to copy. So remember, I am writing star PTR of 1. We are not interested with PTR1, that is address. We are interested with the value that is there in that particular address. So that is why we are writing star PTR of 1. Okay, so this is my condition. Till I reach my null character, that is end of the string, I have to make the copy. Okay, after that, okay, so let us start the incrementation. Okay, star PTR of 1. What is star PTR of 1? That is value that is there in 1000, that is R. Okay, whether R is not equal to null, so first character is R. Whether R is not equal to null, yes, condition is true. So it will enter the while statement, while condition. Okay, so what will happen? Star PTR of 1 will be copied to star PTR of 2. So what is star PTR 1? That is R. Okay, R will be copied to star PTR 2. What is star PTR 2? PTR 2 is 1000. Star of 1000 is 2000 is the value that is there in 1000 is R. So this R will be copied to this one. So this is how we make a copy. Okay, so PTR1, the content of 1000, that is R, will be copied to which place? The content that is having the place that is having the address 2000. So same as swapping. Okay, swapping, we have copied the variable, correct, value, same way. Okay, next we have to increment this pointer. Okay, this is how we increment the pointer. This pointer will be pointing to PTR. Okay, plus plus will be pointing to this address. Okay, so PTR plus plus is nothing but PTR1 plus 1 into size of, so 1 into size of pointer. What is size of pointer? It is of type character. So character is size is 1. 1 into 1 it is 1. PTR is having 1000. 1000 plus 1 will be 1001. So this will be 1001. So 1001 will be pointing to which address? It is made to point to next address, that is 1001. Same way, This also we are making to point to the next address. Okay. Next again we are checking the condition. Star of PTR1. Now what is star of PTR1? It is having the value that is there in address 1001. What is the value? It is 1001 is having the value A. So that A will be copied here. Same way, next PTR will be incrementing, PTR2 also will get incremented, J will be copied to here, so on it continues. Okay. At last when you reach here, star of PTR, when it becomes 1003, it will check the condition. It is not equal to null, the condition fails, will come out. And last what we are doing is, we are appending at this particular address a particular /0, that is null character. This is very important. Okay, after copying, at the end we have to paste a null character. So after that we are displaying the copied string is a Raj. So try to trace the program. Okay. This is one more program to find the string length using pointer. String length using pointer. So I am having value Raj. Okay. For storing the length, I am having variable length. I am having a pointer PTR, which will be pointing to the first address. Okay. So it is a character. I'll take this address as 10, 11, 12. Each will be taking 1 byte. Okay, that is why it is having 1 byte. It will be taking +1. Okay. So initially it will be pointing to the address 10. Okay. So PTR is having the address. Okay. So this is my string str. Okay. Str is always having the base address. Okay. PTR we are pointing to the base address. Okay. It will be, okay. And after that, to find the length, we are using this while loop. Okay. So what we are doing is, okay, star PTR is not equal to null. Yes, condition is true. Star PTR is R is not equal to null. Condition is true. We are incrementing the pointer. So pointer will be made to point to the next one. Again, we are checking the condition star PTR. So star PTR is A is not equal to null. Yes, condition is true. Again, we are incrementing the pointer. Pointer will become, I will be pointing to the next address 12. Again, we are incrementing the pointer. Okay, pointer will be made to point to the next address 13. Okay. Now star PTR, that is 13. 13 is having the value null. Null is not equal to null. Condition fails. So we'll come out of the while loop and we'll go for the next statement. Length is equal to PTR. So what is the value that is there in PTR? 13. So 13 minus str. What is having in str? Str is having the base address, that is 10. So 13 minus 10 will give you the value 3. Correct. So length is equal to 3. Okay. So what is the length of this Raj? Raj is having 3 characters. So length is equal to 3. Okay. So we have to understand what is the logic that we have to use to find the length of the string. Okay, using the pointer. So this is one of the logic we have used. So first in the string we will be storing the base address of the string. Okay, then we are incrementing the pointer. Okay, and we are using this simple formula to calculate the length of the string.